For attention on the issue of domestic violence, the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence says 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men endure some physical violence from an intimate partner. It happens to 20 people every minute of the day. Jocelyn Person listened to the stories of some survivors tonight.
It's a walk of encouragement. Groups marched in Jamestown Friday for the 20th annual Walk Against Domestic Violence. Many of these people have survived some form of domestic violence. Now, Crystal Poland is one of them, tearing up while sharing her story.
My story started very young with my parents, my dad having alcoholism, and my mom was working crazy hours just to provide. I didn't have education. I didn't have resources. Nobody noticed what was going on in the home. It was all kept hush-hush.
Crystal tells me her trauma didn't stop there.
Once I got older, I thought I was going to stop that, and I fell in love with someone who turned out to have anger issues, put his hands on me.
But she was saved.
As my daughter saved me, saved us, and I woke up one day and I was done.
Kaylee Shelters is also a survivor.
It's hard for me to have to call these victims sometimes when their abusers get released from jail and say, I'm sorry, I did everything I could, but they're back on the streets. Call us if you need us. It's just, it feels kind of helpless working in this field, not being able to give them the justice that they deserve.
And now she's part of the Jamestown Police Domestic Violence Investigation Unit. She shares with me that her job has become more challenging because of bail reform. She even says her department receives almost 200 domestic violence reports every month.
I was in an abusive relationship throughout college for about 3 years. It was mostly verbal abuse, but there was also instances of physical abuse. And I remember waking up one day and just kind of realizing the severity of the situation that I was in. And I told myself from that day forward that I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that no one has to experience this themselves.
Crystal Poland wants to make sure these difficult stories that are being shared help save lives.
You're strong enough. Your story counts, and don't let anybody tell you differently.
Jocelyn Person, 7 News, Jamestown.